Hi there. Storm Ciarán is now moving on. The worst of the weather is now easing, but it has been, in places, a very lively night. Let's take a look at how the rainfall radar evolved over the last day or so. This is Wednesday afternoon, the first signs of the storm coming into the southwest there. Heavy and persistent rain and a sudden increase in the winds with some very lively scenes across southern and southwestern parts of the UK. Now, not everyone was affected by the storm. We saw the low pressure centre pass across southern parts of the UK, and as that happened, winds really dropped out across many southern parts through the night, with the strongest of the winds on the forward side of it running through the southeast and more especially on the rear side of the storm. And it was at this time, 5 a.m, that we saw the strongest winds across the Scilly Isles, western parts of Cornwall, with gusts into the 70s of miles an hour, 77 there for St Mary's Airport. And for Jersey, that's when the winds peaked at 93 miles an hour. That followed a night in the Channel Islands where we saw significant thunderstorms and very large hail. So no surprise, with those kinds of wind speeds and the hail, we've seen such devastating scenes in the Channel Islands as we've started Thursday. Northern France also subject to hurricane-force winds with gusts in excess of 100 miles an hour in places. So it was English Channel coasts and the Channel Islands as well as northern France where we saw the worst of the effects of Storm Ciarán, and the strongest winds there during the morning pushing eastwards to bring a gust of 78 miles an hour, Langdon Bay in Kent. But further north across the UK, well, although we've seen spells of rain for England and Wales, winds haven't been as strong, and for Scotland and Northern Ireland, largely avoiding the worst of the impacts, although it has been very windy for the Northern Isles. Then into the rest of Thursday, we're still battling with areas of rain, and there are still warnings in force for wind and rain, but the strongest wind gusts are easing, 50, perhaps 60 miles an hour around the south coast for a time before that comes down. And the spells of rain falling onto saturated ground could cause further impacts, especially for eastern Scotland, northeast England, parts of Wales, the south and southwest. So further river response possible, further localised flooding during the rest of Thursday. Not quite out of the woods yet, but by this stage, the circulation there indicates the position of Storm Ciarán into the North Sea as a weakening feature. And once again, western Scotland, Northern Ireland faring best for dry and largely bright weather. 9 or 10 Celsius here, 10 to 13 Celsius elsewhere. Not feeling very pleasant, I suspect, with the spells of heavy rain moving through and gusty winds. Into the evening, it's slow improvements, with further persistent rain likely for the north and the east of Scotland, parts of northern and eastern England as well, turning increasingly showery. And we've got further showers pushing back into Northern Ireland, parts of Wales and the southwest, in between some clear spells. And where we've got a bit of shelter from the winds across some central and southern parts of the UK, temperatures will dip into the mid-single figures. So a fresh start to Friday here, but actually that's where the sunshine will be at its most prevalent. Further showers feeding into parts of Wales and the southwest for a time, as well as some of these English Channel coasts, nowhere near as windy as we started Thursday. And some heavy downpours for Northern Ireland. Western Scotland also seeing showers, but the more persistent rain will continue there across eastern Scotland, parts of northeast England, a lot of cloud cover and quite a strong breeze blowing as well. But again, nothing compared to what we've seen in places as we've started Thursday. So a blustery, showery day on Friday, but nothing particularly exceptional. And it's going to feel on the cool side with temperatures reaching 11 to 13 Celsius. And we continue to see those slow improvements through Friday, with the showers becoming a little bit more scattered and the longer spells of rain turning more showery. But we keep a lot of cloud cover. We keep a blustery breeze into Friday night, and we keep some showers going towards the northwest. Best of any clear spells towards the southeast. If I step out of the way, you can see the next band of rain moving in first thing Saturday. Another wet and breezy spell, but nothing compared to what we've seen over the last few days. That clears to showers for the rest of the weekend. So we're back to a mix of weather over the next few days, but the storminess, thankfully, easing for now.